Hi, sixth graders. I hope you are having a good day. Today we're going to start our review as we are wrapping up our geometry unit. So to begin, I have a quick joke for you. It says, why did the obtuse angle go to the beach? And it says, because it's over 90 degrees. We know this because in an obtuse triangle, one of the angles has to be over 90 degrees. So today we're going to be talking primarily about polygons and ordered pairs. So to begin, let's talk about the definition of a polygon. We know that it is a 2D object because it is a flat, closed surface, so it's 2D. And I just want you to think for a minute how many sides, what is the minimum amount of sides it can have, and that is 3. And then we have straight sides. We know that there can't be any curves to the side because we need corners and we need angles. Okay, so to begin, of course, the minimum amount of sides we can have is 3. So here we have all the types of triangles. To begin, we have our scalene triangle, and it is a triangle that has no equal sides. So if you could take a minute and draw a scalene triangle on your whiteboard. Okay, most of you should have that now. Again, none of the sides should be equal. So here you can see we have a really short side and then 2 longer sides, but the longer sides are not equal. So next we have an isosceles triangle, and that is a triangle that has 2 equal sides. Go ahead and draw one for us. And a lot of times, to know that 2 of the sides are equal, we will have these equal lines. That just tells us that this side and this side are the same length. Next, we have an equilateral triangle, and that is a triangle with 3 equal sides. So try and draw one of those if you would for me. Okay, so equilateral again, it has 3 equal sides, so we're going to put 3 dashes, letting us know that all 3 of those sides are equal. Next we have a right triangle, and that is a triangle that has a 90-degree angle. If you drew one, it should look like this. Here you can see is our 90-degree angle. We note that with a little box. Alright, so now we are going on to obtuse angles, and that is a triangle that has one angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. So, if you could draw a obtuse triangle, it should look something like this. As you can see, this angle is greater than 90 degrees. If it were 90 degrees, it would go straight up right here. Okay, next, or finally, we have an acute triangle, and in an acute triangle, all the angles are less than 90 degrees. Oh, I think I just deleted it. Nope. Okay, so as you can see, this is an equilateral triangle also, because all 3 of these sides are the same. But this angle, and this angle are all 90 degrees. If one of them, or excuse me, less than 90 degrees. If one of them were 90 degrees, it would go off like this, or right here, or right here. Okay, so those are triangles: scalene, isosceles, equilateral, right, and then obtuse and acute. And as many of you have recognized, obtuse triangles can be isosceles triangles because these two just deal with the type of angles, and the scalene, equilateral, and isosceles deal with the length of the triangle. Moving on to quadrilaterals, I just want to remind you that, let me grab my highlighter, tri means 3, okay? So 3 sides. Tri means 3. You can think of that because of a tricycle has 3 wheels. quadrilateral. Okay, so a quadrilateral has 4 sides. Quad here means 4. But then quadrilateral has special types of this shape or this polygon. And I know that's been kind of hard for people to differentiate. So quadrilateral is any polygon with 4 sides. And then there are different types of quadrilaterals. So many of you know the square. A square has all 4 sides that are the same. Where's my square? Here we go. So a square has equal sides and every angle is a right angle. Here's our square. As you can see, we have right angles all around, and we have the length of this square are all the same size. So a square has equal sides and every angle is a right angle. Okay, so moving on to a rectangle, which a lot of you are also familiar with. This is a 4-sided shape where every angle is also a right angle, like a square, but one pair of parallel sides are longer, that should be longer, excuse me, than the opposite pair. So here is our rectangle, and as you can see, this side is the same as this, or this length is the same as this length, because those are parallel sides, and then the other pair of parallel sides are also the same length, but they are not the same length. These two are the same, and these two are the same, but these are not the same. Okay, moving on, we have a parallelogram. The next 3 are the ones that we are least familiar with, I guess. So parallelogram has opposite sides parallel and equal in length. So the opposite angles are equal. So, as you can see here on this parallelogram, these sides are the same and these sides are the same. Kind of like in a rectangle. A lot of people I talk to, we refer to the parallelogram as a rectangle that got hit a little, and so now it's slanted. So a lot of you are familiar with the parallelogram as being the slanted rectangle. Next we have our rhombus, which a 4-sided shape, where all sides have the equal length, like right here. So all these sides are the same length, and a lot of people refer to that one as the square that kind of got hit on its side. Next we have the trapezoid, and what you need to know about the trapezoid is it has just one pair of parallel sides. So this is a parallel side, but these are not parallel because they will eventually run into each other. Alright, so then we have our pentagon. Penta means 5. As you can tell, it has 5 sides. Kind of looks like the house, so you can think of the penthouse suite, if that helps you remember. Next we have hexagon. Hex means 6. Emma Genis came up with this little saying that 6 has an X in it, and hex has an X in it. So you can remember that if it has 6 sides, it's a hexagon because both have an X in them. Next we have an octagon, which I always think of an octopus, and that the octopus has 8 tentacles, as I'm drawing there, and then a decagon. And a way that you can think of that is a decade is 10 years. So 10-sided shape, a decagon has 10 sides, a decade is 10 years. Okay, so moving on to ordered pairs. A lot of you have struggled with what number to start with, so I have this visual for you to help. So the first number is going to be the elevator. Think of you being in a hotel and you have a bunch of elevators in front of you, okay? So first you have to get on the elevator, but you have to select the elevator. And in this case, we're going to elevator -8. So of course this is going to be on the x-axis, but find elevator -8, and then you have to go up 5 floors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I found my -8th elevator. So -8 elevator, and then I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors. Here I need to find my -4 elevator. So -4 elevator, and I went down 1, 2, because here is -2. Now I need to find the 8th elevator. So 8, and the 5th floor. Oh, excuse me, the 8th elevator, and we're going to the -5th floor. Okay, and then I need to find the 6th floor, or the 6th elevator and the 6th floor. So the 6th elevator, as you can see, I try to start from the origin and then go up, and then we're going to the 6th floor. Okay? Now I have an example for you. Go ahead and try this. When there is about 4 minutes left, or a couple more minutes left in the movie, you can start it again once you have found where these go. So go ahead and pause the movie and think about where each of these coordinates would go. Okay, so you have had some time to think about where these are going to go. We are going to go to the 7th elevator, and then we're going up to the 4th floor. Now we're going to the -8th elevator, and we're not going to move. We're going to stay on the 0 level, or the 0 floor. Now we need to find the 4th elevator. Here it is, and then we're going to the 6th floor. And finally, we have the -5th elevator, and we are going down to the -5th floor. Okay, so your exit ticket today will be to write down one or more concepts that you don't understand or would like more information on before the review assignment. So the rest of the time is yours to complete your ticket. Let us know what questions you have. Thanks.